Hi friends, welcome to Job Secura online CLAT tutorials. Of course, if you are trying to crack one of the difficult exams, I won't say the exam is difficult, but your chance of getting into the shortlisted rank list is 1 out of 10. So people who attempted CLAT or who are about to attempt CLAT, of course, my good friends, you would have faced much challenges. Let me take few minutes of yours to give you an insight how you can crack the CLAT exam with a wonderful strategy. In any competitive exam, the challenge is between the balance of accuracy and speed. You would have experienced this. You want to find out the accurate answer. You spend a lot of time. By half an hour time, you will be rather panicked. You have just answered 8 questions and 30 minutes gone. Keep in mind, in a normal CLAT test paper, you just have 45 to 50 seconds to answer one question. So how will you tackle this? 200 questions, 120 minutes. You should have a strategy because strategy wins the war. My experience, what I felt is that don't keep it in mind that you are going to answer all the 200 questions. I don't think it is practically possible. Even if you look at the scores of the toppers previous year, they didn't have 200 out of 200. So that is not required. You will have to be very clear how you are going to balance the accuracy as well as the speed. First thing you should keep in mind is in any competitive exams like this, normally there will be few categories of questions. There will be easy questions. In a 200 mark question test paper, normally 50 to 60 questions will be in this category. 60 plus easy questions. If you know the answer, straight away you can hit on it. Another category will be rather time consuming questions. It will be tricky. You might need to spend a bit of time there, probably in the area of numerical ability. There might be time consuming questions. For that, you will have to allot or approach with a different strategy. But the tricky area is the time wasters. It's like like a landmine. You step on it, boom. Like you get into that question, you will not feel like coming out of that question, and you spend unnecessarily a lot of time. So keep in mind, attack that easy questions initially. Be clear how much time you could spend on that, time required questions, and be very careful when you step onto that time wasters area. So normally there are 4 areas in a CLAT paper. 60 around questions comes from legal reasoning or your aptitude in legal area. 60 odd questions comes from GK and current affairs. 60 odd questions from the area of English or reasoning and verbal ability, and around 10 to 20 questions from the area of numerical ability. By practice, or rather by attempting many previous question papers, you should be very clear and thorough which is your strongest area. As a general strategy, I can only suggest it is better to get into GK area initially, because there you need not spend much time. You know the answer, you can bubble it. But you should look at the pattern of the question paper. Sometimes there might be specific time for each area. Say for example 25 minutes or 30 minutes for English. So if you are not permitted to scroll up and down, answer accordingly how it is given. If there is liberty to scroll up and down, if you can directly go to GK, you could answer 40 questions and you are confident that all those 40 are correct. Automatically you will have that excitement. Okay, 40 correct questions. You can probably answer it in 30 questions. Second thing, to my suggestion is go to antonym, synonym, one-word substitutions, and general English usage questions or spelling, those kind of questions. They're all, if you are thorough with earlier preparations, you can straight away answer them. Enter into reading comprehension. if you are not done enough practice on it, you might waste time over it. So in the area of English, probably you can answer the other areas, then only crack the reading comprehension area. Reasoning area is quite tricky. It's actually a skill based question. It's not testing your knowledge. So some students might feel that their skill in reasoning might be not as quick as others. So don't attempt in that case the reasoning area as your first part, even if it is given as the first session in your test paper. Legal reasoning, normally a much practice or beforehand preparation can save a lot of time. To crack legal area, be familiar with legal terms, be familiar with legal maxims, be familiar with the general principles of law, which comes from a few subjects alone are generally touched in CLAT area. So there has to be a framework how you answer. There has to be a strategy where you can hit 120 questions, 200 questions in 120 minutes. So strategizing is important. Don't panic. If you want to be in a comfort, that comfort enzyme it has to be there in your body. Initially, try to solve those questions which are very familiar or rather easy to you. If you have a question of 70 to 80 correct questions, automatically your confidence will go up. Then you try that 40-60 questions where you might spend some time. To my knowledge, looking at the previous year's track record, if you get a score of 150 plus, there is a heavy chance for you to be placed in national law schools. So keep in mind, accuracy and speed is very crucial. So don't compromise either of this, because if your accuracy is gone, negative marks are going to eat up your already existing score. So balance with this. Beforehand preparation, practice and perseverance is key to any success in any competitive exam. Watch out for latest videos from Job Secura Law Center. I am Dinesh, a postgraduate in law. Hundreds of students have benefited from our online tutorials and classroom sessions. We can assure you, practice with a clear strategy how to spend that 120 minutes can easily take you to national law schools. Congratulations and all the best.